Hey guys, one of the first things that a missionary has to do, especially one that goes overseas to Zambia or to a different country, is to learn the language of that country. Now here's an interesting fact about Zambia that you might not know. In Zambia, there are over 70 different languages. That's right, 70 different languages in Zambia. But there's about 12 big ones. Now, that's a lot of languages, right? Well, we'll be focusing on learning one of the major languages, which is called Lunda. Now, I've done some language study already with Lunda in the past years when I was over there, and a funny story. Quite often, when you're learning different languages, you get things wrong and you make mistakes here and there, and people laugh at you all the time. Not in a mocking kind of way, but because it's funny. So one funny story, a few years ago when I was in Zambia, I was living in a very remote village with a family there, and as I was learning the language, I was getting to know the family, and there was one little boy in the village, and he always used to walk around and play. He might have been your age or so, I don't know, but he might have been your age, and he used to walk around and play with his shirt off all the time. He never liked wearing a shirt. And it was really funny. And whenever someone put a shirt on, he would just take it off soon afterwards. So one day it was pouring down rain. And thunder, lightning, and so we all went into the kitchen. Now, a kitchen in Zambia is not connected to the main house. It's a separate little building, a little distance from the main house, and they usually have a fire in the center there where they cook all their food, and they may have some stools around to sit around the fire. And so we all went into the kitchen while it was pouring down rain, and we sat around the fire, kind of keeping ourselves warm, putting our hands over the fire and talking. And I noticed that the same little boy was inside, and he was wearing a shirt. What? I was so shocked, I was so surprised, because he never wears a shirt. But he was wearing a shirt that day. And so I looked at him and this is while I'm learning the language, I looked at him and I said, and the word for shirt in Lunda is chikobelu, okay? Now, I meant to ask him, wow, you're wearing a shirt? Because I was surprised. But instead, so I was supposed to say, unavali chikobelu. But instead, I mixed two letters around. And instead I said, unavali chibokulu, which means, you're wearing a crocodile? Now, everyone started cracking up because I made one little small mistake, and instead of saying, are you wearing a shirt, I said, are you wearing a crocodile? Now, can you imagine that? What would that look like, to wear a crocodile? Now, in Zambia, there are lots of crocodiles in the rivers and stuff, and so people know all about them, but that's kind of a funny story.